So I asked you guys in the last video if you wanted to see a video on all the supplements and stuff we use for the pigeons, and surely enough one of my loyal subscribers said he wanted to see it, so I'll make a video on them. Let's start on the right over here. These two are of the same company, as you can see. That company. Let's start with this over here. We use this quite a lot during the breeding, the flying season. We use it every 2 weeks or so. As you can see, it's written on in English as well. It's for resistance and endurance. So it gives the pigeon a little bit more resistance against the weather, and it recuperates them after a race. It's supposedly good for endurance as well, but I don't know if that's the case. Can't really tell. But it's a supplement. It doesn't do wonders, but I guess you can say it works. We use it every 2 weeks, as I said, about 3 days, not the entire week, because you have to put it in their drinks and it doesn't taste good, so they don't drink a lot, so they get a bit dehydrated. But you know, that's why only 3 days and not the entire week. And this is something, if you translate it word by word, it's apple vinegar. You know, just another supplement. It's good for their health. It's 8%. I don't know if you have another percentage or so. As you can see, feed materials for pigeons and birds, brings pigeon and birds to full of life, helps you create organic acids. So it's good for their intestines, I guess. We don't use this a lot, but my grandfather used to use it. We have used it a couple of times, but haven't seen any significant results, so that's why we don't use it that often. And this says Davon luchtwegen. It means, it's in Dutch, so it means in English Pigeons Airways. So it's for their lungs and airways to their lungs. You have to use this around 2 or 3 times in a week. We have used it quite a lot because it's empty, of close to empty. It contains dextrose, fructose, and some other natriite, egg whites, and stuff like that. It's not that bad. I can't tell which. Like I said, we don't use it that often. We use this the most, but for the airways, it's not like, it can be a negative effect, so it has to be positive. And then this we use. It's only used during the breeding season, when you start to pair up the birds. It gets them riled up and wanting to mate with each other sooner, so it makes pairing up easier. We used it the first time this year because one of our friend fanciers recommended it to us, and I guess it worked, because most of the pigeons paired up pretty quickly, so I guess you can say it worked. And then this is pretty critical for any pigeon fancier. It's an insect spray, as you can see. There's even writing in Chinese or Japanese, I know. Chinese probably. It's against little critters. You just have to open the wing of the pigeon. Watch out that it doesn't get in their eyes, and spray their wing from around 30 centimeters distance. Works really well. It keeps the critters away for a while. it's pretty necessary for a pigeon fancier. And then this, as you can tell, they're all the same brand. Natural is a pretty known brand around these parts. They are just bath salts. Put them in the water when they take a bath. It's good for their feathers. Gets them nice and soft. Cleans them a bit as well. So we put that in every time they take a bath. And then these two boxes. This is called Vitamineral. These are vitamins and minerals that are necessary for pigeons to have. So we always put this on the loft. Even during breeding season, during racing season, when they aren't doing anything, this is always on the loft. That's why we buy it in bulk, and it's in here. This is pretty critical. Literally every pigeon fancier uses this. And then this is quite new for us, are just some electrolytes. We won it at the community day and we've used it on the food. Just some necessary electrolytes for the pigeons. Don't know exactly what, but some electrolytes. This is Naturalin. We also won this at the community day. As you can tell, it hasn't been opened yet, so we haven't used it yet, but I'm still doing a video on it. As you can see, it's on there in English. Decocted from a mixture of dried herbs, so it's mostly dried herbs. 14 different herbs. So it can't be that bad. I'm sure we'll use it this racing season. And these are just some other bath salts from another company. And now, something that I don't know if it's legal anymore, but you have to get it prescribed, is a strong Bitril, it's called. It's a strong medicine that gets rid of all the. It's good for all the diseases and stuff like that. It's really strong, so you can't use it in high dosages. That's why we use less days than it's prescribed. But this one really works if the pigeons are not in shape or sick. This is a really good product for that. Keep in mind, if you use this, the pigeons will not fly well the week you use it, so you have to, because it gets their system down, their nervous, their other systems gets their vitamins down. It just makes them weak because it breaks everything down, even the good things about birds. So then you have to, the week after, you have to give them some vitamins or stuff like this to recuperate, you know. You have to do it, or they will stay weak and won't fly well. And I also recommend you don't let them race the week after, because it's pretty useless, because they won't fly well. But the week after that, they're in top shape and they will perform at their best level. So it's a pretty good product. Anyways, let's see if these are just some random mixtures we got from one of our vets. That's a special pigeon vet, but I don't know what it's all about. It just says condition on there, so it must be for the conditioning of the bird. This is also Bitril, but less powerful Bitril. And then this is banned. You can't use this anymore. We haven't used it because it has cortisone in it, which is kind of dope, I guess you can say, but there's nothing in it. only the papers. And you can't buy it anywhere anymore. And as I said, it's illegal in the pigeon sport. It's just in here because it wasn't illegal before, so we did use it before. And these are, I guess, not supplements, but medicine for when the bird has some kind of disease. I don't know what the diseases are called in English. I barely know what they're called in Dutch, so I don't know. But I think this is the one you put in the eyes against, oh no, you put this in the mouth against some kind of disease. And this is cold ice. It's a block that you have to put on the nest, on the loft, and you light it on fire. It gets this smoke all over the loft, and it cleans out the lungs and the airways of the birds, makes them sneeze, gets rid of anything in their nose so they can breathe really well. And you know, it clears up the airways. This is some fish oil. I guess you could call it liver oil as well. Don't know. Don't think we've used this. It's just for my grandfather's and it's still in here. I think that's about it. Yep, that looks like about it. Anyways, those are all the main products and supplements we use for the pigeons. I hope you enjoyed and have a nice day.